Okay, so before I hand these kittens off to you, this is what I'm doing. I have some blue acrylic paint, some magenta acrylic paint, and some orange acrylic paint. And I'm going to mark each of these kittens so you know who you're dealing with, because they look very similar. And until you've spent a month with them, it's kind of impossible to tell them apart. You'll find that some of them are larger than the other, and you'll see which one is the smallest, which one has that little dot on its face, all that stuff. But until then, you're not going to quite get used to it. So this first one here that came up to me is brave little baby soul. This is Snowball. Okay, they can play with that. He's the sweetest of the group. I'm giving him a big orange dot on the back of his neck and one on his ear, if I can grab his ear. There. Now he's got orange, yeeks, there you go, on his ear. Yeah, he's a sweetie. I love him very much. He's great. So he's got orange on him. Okay. So then, okay, I got this paint on me. I'll wipe it off. Okay, now this one here. Come here, booty boosh. Come here. This big lover here. This is Screamer. He was the one, he was not quite as mad as the other one, but boy, he was loud and vociferous. Boy, was he loud. He's not so much loud anymore. He's just timid now, which is fine. And so I put a blue dot on his head, one on his ear, which may be hard to see because he's got a dark ear anyway. And then I'll put some more blue on the back of his neck. The thing is, they will groom each other and knock this paint off within a few days. So if you wanted to know who you're dealing with, you might lure them to you with some treats and redo their markings. Some people use collars and come on there. This sweet baby here. She's the apple of my eye, even though she's so timid. And this is Monstero. She is the only girl, and she is the true love of my heart. I think if I were going to keep anybody, it would be her, even though she's the least friendly. But I love her so much. She's just so very earnest. Come here, child. Come here, come here, come here. Come here. Come here, Monstero. Here, you can have some too, buddy. There you go. Go over there, Screamer. Come here, Monstero. Good. She got a big pink spot on her head, on her ear, and on the back of her neck. So now you know whose is whose there. And I have a feeling that you're not going to get to come to you for a while, especially for the first couple of weeks, without treats. And even like some of the videos I've sent you by those people, they say to don't feed the cats when you're not around. Just bring food, even the dry food, when you're going to be with them, and hang out with them so they associate you with food. And they get very, very hungry, and that's why they will eventually come to you as much as they're weary or wary of you. If you keep them hungry and they have to come to you for food, eventually they just start seeing you as somebody with something good. And that's one way to kind of break the ice with these extra scared kittens. I mean, obviously that's the only way I got them to let me pet them at all, was by giving them food and stuff, you know. Come here, come here. So you don't want to come here, come here. If I give you food, will you let me pet you? Okay, good kid. There you go. See? And sometimes they'll purr and they love being pet and their tail will go up and they relax. But it's so easy for them to just the next moment turn around and forget that you're the person with the food, or that they loved the way that you made them purr when they were scratching them behind the ears, like this little baby here. She is so sweet. She just doesn't know it yet. See, she loves being scratched behind the ears, but right, she's like, no, I'm afraid of you. But then when you scratch her, she's like, wait, was I afraid of you? Why was I afraid of you? And every 10 minutes, she's just as afraid as she was the first time, it seems. So they get over it, but it's going to take probably another several months of that for them to start just really enjoying you and jumping into your lap and realizing that you are their best friend. But I have marks on them right now. There you go. Come here, buddy. They all have marks on them, so you know where they are. Oh, and I don't use collars because a lot of times kittens are so rambunctious and they fly around the room and they're gymnasts, and they will get up, hung up by their collars and strangle themselves to death. So they sell breakaway collars, but I don't really have the money for good breakaway collars, and I fear that the cheaper ones might not be effective enough to actually break away when the kittens need it. So if you use breakaway collars to identify them and make sure they were a good quality that people recommend, that actually do break away if the kitten gets caught, because nobody wants to find a strangled kitten anywhere in their room.